Use that rectangle tool. So we can select the rectangle tool, and we're just going to have a fill for solid color, no stroke, and I'm just going to drag and fill in this bottom now. So here's a little silhouette. Now I could have drew the shapes in Animate. We want to be able to use both of these because they work well together. So here now is my layer. So up above in our layers panel, I'm going to change that name from layer 1 so I know it's the skyline, and that's the skyline of Edmonton. So now I can add another layer by clicking on the plus up here in our layers panel, new layer. And I'm going to click with my left mouse button, and you see the line up here. I'm going to drag that layer below skyline. And this is going to be my sunshine. And that's what's going to be my sunshine layer. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the fill tool again, rectangle tool, and I'm going to draw a rectangle all the way across that artboard. But I want to make sure that it's filled with this rainbow swatch. So you can see right now if I hover at the bottom of my swatches, for my color swatches, at the bottom here is the rainbow color. And I can see that the fill is going to be rainbow. And if you watch, I'm going to drag this all the way across, right to the bottom, even beyond some of the artboard, just so it fills the whole space. Now, that doesn't look like a sunset. So I'm going to go over to the colors panel up here over by my properties panel. There's a little color palette. And if I click on color palette, it's going to show me that fill color that I have selected right now. And I'm going to take these extra colors out and just drag them off, and you'll see them disappear. So as I drag them with my left mouse button, they will disappear from my given color that I've got selected. So I'm going to select that background, select the colors palette, and then I'm going to drag off all of these colors, except I'm going to keep the yellow and the red, only the yellow and the red. And here I have a yellow on the left, red on the right, and you can see there's yellow and red. And then I'm going to click on this option that says Gradient Transform Tool. And if it's not on yours, you might have to click on this editor toolbar and read through, and you'll see here, if I hover, Free Transform Gradient, these are already part of my palette. So these are part of my tool set that I'm using. And I'm going to click on that background, the sunshine layer, go to the right hand and click on that handlebar knob and rotate it to the left. And now you can see the red's on the top, yellow's on the bottom. So if I want to get less sunshine or more sunshine, just a little bit of a red background, I'm going to make the sunset. That's what I want to have. So I have a skyline, that's the cityscape, and I have the background done. Now I'm going to add a sun. So I'm going to go to new layer, take instead of the rectangle tool, switch to the oval tool and change the fill to say a bright yellow. And I'm going to draw a sun just off of the top of the artboard. And basically what's going to happen is now I'm going to animate that sun. So if you remember to animate something, I click on it twice, go up to modify, convert to symbol, name that symbol. It's going to ask me to name it, and I'm just going to call that my sun. Say OK. Then I have it selected still, and I go up and I'm going to change that to a insert motion, create motion tween. So here's the motion tween I'm going to create. So now I have a new timeline because it's on its own canvas just for the sun. And I want to be able to take that and drag it to, say, 72 seconds. So in the timeline, I can click with my left mouse button just off the edge of that length of my tween, and I'm going to make it a little longer so it goes slow, like 100 or 90 frames. And now I'm going to go and show where I want it to go. I want it to start here, and it's going to go behind like that in a path. And I can even change